All right, let's talk Riverdale. So this is a review for Riverdale Chapter 12, Anatomy of a Murder. And what a surprising episode it was. Tonight we learned who killed Jason Blossom. So if you don't want to know, now would be a good time to click off because I am going to spoil it right now because we have got to talk about this. So get off now. All right, let's talk who killed Jason Blossom. His own father. Wow. But before I go into that shock, let's just talk about how we got there to find out that he got killed by his own father. So at the beginning of the episode, Archie and the gang are talking about how FB was framed. They even try to run this theory through their parents, who are just flipped the fuck out, wondering why their kids are investigating murders and breaking and entering. Meanwhile, FB, Jughead's dad, has confessed to the murder. Furthermore, he confesses that he kidnapped Jason Blossom. When Jason came to them wanting to get a car so him and Polly could go away, FB figured out, hey, this is a Blossom. I can make some money off this kid. And he kidnapped him on that July 4th weekend. And basically he says, yeah, and then I ended up killing him. Well, everyone else believes it except for Archie and the gang. And they press Joaquin because FB gave him a phone call. And Joaquin's like, no, he gave me a call one night. And sure enough, Jason Blossom was dead in the bottom of our clubhouse. Pretty sure FB killed him. But then, Veronica starts asking questions. Well, what about my father? Is he connected to this? Joaquin's like, oh, we can go ask Mustang, this other Southside serpent. So they go to a hotel to ask Mustang, but they find him dead in the bathtub of a heroin overdose. Yeah, so that guy's dead. And then a little later we go to Betty's house where we see that someone's breaking into it in the middle of the night. And it turns out it's Hank. But it's just Hank trying to get all that information he stole from the sheriff. But he does drop another shocker on us when he says that, hey, you know how I'm pissed that my grandfather got killed by a Blossom? Well, a little more to it. He was a Blossom. As in, Cheryl and Jason's great-grandfather Blossom was brothers with Betty and Polly's great-grandfather. He was actually a Blossom. So that makes Jason and Polly related. And their child a product of incest, as Alice Cooper keeps pointing out. But, it's like they're third cousins. There's some distance there. Still, what a shocker. And I think it explains why the Coopers, Hank's side really doesn't like the Blossom. Because not only do they kill their patriarch, but that side of the family kept making millions and millions and never included the Coopers in it. Yeah. Like I said, that's the shocking reveal. But then eventually we get to the point where we got to finish the episode off. So Joaquin tells Kevin, hey, we had this plan, a backup. I don't know why FB isn't going with it. Here's where you'll find, Jason's jacket. So they find Jason's jacket. They dig around it. They find an FB drive. They open that up and find out who killed Jason Blossom, and it was Clifford, his own father. They watch the footage where he just shoots the guy and, shoots his own son. It's like, holy shit, this is dark. And, of course, why did he do it? We don't know. You can't expect him to say anything because he hanged himself. The Clifford, sheriff shows up. Cheryl and the mother like he's in the barn. They don't say it because, music's overplaying this. And when they open up the barn door, there he is hanging from the rafters. Hanging. And there's an overturned barrel of maple syrup, which I guess he used to step off. And, in the barrel was what looks like heroin. The drugs. So, of course, the episode doesn't explain to us why Clifford killed his own son. I think they're saving that for the season finale and also as a setup for season 2. A lot of unanswered questions. You watch the promo for the next episode, they're saying new mysteries. So that looks pretty interesting. As far as theories on these new mysteries, I I don't even know where to go with this. I think the one Mustang, the Southside Serpent, no one cares about. I think, he overdosed on heroin because someone put a gun to his head and said, "Hey, overdose on heroin, or I'm going to kill you, and then I'll kill your family." So that's why that guy died. And I think it was kind of the same way with Clifford. Someone put a gun to him and said, "Hey, you don't kill your son, terrible things will happen." So that's why he killed his own son. I don't think it was like a literal gun to his head, because he would have taken the bullet. He's a shitbag father, but he's still the kid's father. So they must have had something horrible on him for him to do that. And I'm thinking, it's all going to tie into Hiram Lodge and all the people trying to grab the various lands. And I wouldn't be surprised if the sheriff's involved, because either this guy is incredibly incompetent or he's on that fucking take at this point. Jesus fuck. But I do have one significant theory, and I'm thinking that Clifford Blossom was not a Blossom. Like, he was, he's from some other family, and he never had red hair. That's why he's always had the wigs, and he was trying to keep that a secret. I don't know how that's possible. Switched at birth or some shit. But one of the reasons I think that is that kind of explains why he was so pissed at Jason, because it's like, this kid doesn't want to be a part of the Empire, and he's, producing another heir. I got to take care of him. Something down those lines. I think Alice is right. There's a lot of keeping it in the family with that family. Yeah, I don't think it was all that much of a coincidence that Polly got together with her third cousin, because everyone in that family, except for Clifford, seems to have red hair. Just saying. And we'll see how all of that turns out. As far as the episode itself, very good episode. Very good standalone episode. Probably going to be one of my favorites of the season.